The Google search AI assistant pretty much thinks that it's a chatbot. And you can see it if you ask it a question, or not really ask it a question, if you just tell it to shut your mouth. And it's interesting because they've only fixed it in English. So if you do it in other languages, it like thinks you're giving it a command and acts like a chatbot. And this also highlights a concept on how large language models act differently in different languages. So for some reason, I just Googled Cierra tu boca because I wanted it to like translate it. However, with my basic Duolingo understanding of Spanish, I realized that it was replying as if I like directly told it to shut its mouth instead of being like, here's the definition of Cierra tu boca and the history of the phrase. So I was like, that's a little bit weird. And then I also put it into translate because I'm not very confident in my Espanol abilities. But then I looked it up in English because I was like, does this always happen? And it explained, it responded like an AI assistant for a search. I was like, shut your mouth is an idiom that means to stop talking. So then it was just free reign for the rest of the languages. And German was a little bit weird, but the rest all followed the same pattern. When I tried it in French, it was the same energy. I apologize if I've offended you. I'm here to help you. Thai was the same. It apologized for talking too much. Chinese, it was like, yes, I'll stop talking. And Japanese was like, I apologize if I offended you. I'll be quiet from now on. For German, it just responded in English. Like it literally said in English, message received loud and clear. I'll step back and give you some peace and quiet. But why does it do this? If any of you were OG LLM jailbreakers, you might remember that one way to get AI to tell you things that it's not supposed to tell you is to use it in a different language. This was like very unpatched in around 2014, but you could pretty much just choose some obscure language like Czech and then just ask it how to make a Molotov cocktail or a bomb and it would just do that. The reason why is because most of its training data is in English. And also the problem of getting safety filters to work is pretty difficult with large language models. So the major companies probably just focused on doing it in English first and kind of forgot to test other languages and add them in there as well. Because you would have to have a bunch of training data of people asking it to make a bomb and then it being like, no, I can't help you with that. But then if you don't do that in like every single language, then if you ask it in another language, it'll just kind of default to what it's seen and just be a helpful assistant and tell you how to make a bomb. So it's cool to see the same concept in the AI assistant for Gemini. It's pretty clearly using some form of a chatbot under the hood, and that chatbot normally acts like a chatbot. But in English, they've been able to kind of adjust it so that it acts as a search assistant. The same way in 2024, they were able to get safety guardrails in English. But those safety guardrails, or the ability to not act like a chatbot, hasn't been done in the rest of the languages yet. So enjoy it while it lasts, because these things usually don't last forever.